You got your way, a screeching of tyres and a U-turn.
Well, I very much welcome the amounts of money that the Chancellor has announced today. I think they will help a lot. It does, though, raise for me rather some of the issues that Michael was talking about. I think we do have to look now at how we uprate benefits each year. The Chancellor's recognised that the amount being paid out in benefits at the moment is not enough. That does raise the question of how the uprating is undertaken, and also about the level of benefits that are paid. At the moment, it's the lowest level in real terms for 30 years. Arguably, as a proportion of average earnings, it's the lowest it's ever been since Lloyd George introduced unemployment benefit in 1911. And I think this kind of problem, the need to fix something like this with a band-aid, does raise the question, really, the reality is we're not paying enough.
Stephen, you mentioned what Michael Clarke had to say. I'm just going to repeat part of what our conversation entailed, because I think it's a subject that's not really going to get ventilated today. And that is the fact that we had a report today telling us that in the last year, £5 billion has gone on universal credit fraud. A lot of it's organised crime, but not all of it. Happens to be the same figure that we're seeing in the windfall tax. It would be great to get some of that money back, just as it would be great to see some money, taxpayers' money, retrieved from those businesses that extracted cash during lockdown as well. But I'm struck by the coincidence. We're talking about such a large amount of money here on fraud.
It is a lot of money, and it is a significant problem about universal credit. One of the reasons for introducing universal credit was to reduce the incidence of fraud, but actually the incidence of fraud is significantly higher with universal credit than it was with the old system so far. Now, the department is saying they will sort this out, but as you say, the figure that's been published today, and this isn't just a COVID phenomenon. Now, there were problems during COVID. The department reduced some of the checks for reasons which I think are understandable. But going back before COVID, it was clear there was a real problem about fraud in universal credit, and it does have to be fixed.
Yeah, because as you know from your constituents, Stephen Timms, nothing infuriates working folk more. They understand the sort of desperate families, as Michael Clarke was talking about, but they also see people, and Michael Clarke rather suggested they don't exist. But you know they do exist. Your constituents do know they exist. In small numbers, maybe, but people who game the system sometimes.
Absolutely. And, people feel very strongly that it's important that the rules are kept. That's one of the reasons that people were so angry about the Prime Minister yesterday. It appeared that he and the people around him didn't think that the rules applied to them. The rules should apply to everybody. The rules about benefits, the rules about whatever it is. And there shouldn't be anyone who can carry on as if the rules weren't there.